What if I told you that the frozen fish and chips you just bought contain less than 40% actual fish? The rest is water, batter, and fillers. The chips are made from reconstituted potato paste, not real potatoes. And the fish itself, it's been caught using methods so destructive, they're devastating ocean ecosystems. The UK frozen fish and chips industry is built on deception. Brands are selling you battered water, calling it premium fish. They're using the cheapest, most unsustainable fish available and charging you premium prices. And the ingredients they're adding would make you never want to eat frozen fish again. I've spent weeks investigating frozen fish and chips brands, analyzing ingredients, speaking to fishing industry insiders, and testing products. What I've discovered will shock you. Some of these brands are using fish farming practices that are cruel and environmentally catastrophic. By the end of this, you'll know exactly which frozen fish and chips to avoid and what you should actually be buying. Number 8. Bird's eye fish fingers. Let's start with Britain's most iconic frozen fish product, bird's eye fish fingers. They've been around since 1955. Millions of families trust them, and they're far from the quality product people think they're buying. Look at the fish content. Bird's eye fish fingers contain 58% fish. That means 42% is not fish. It's coating, water, and additives. You're paying for batter and breadcrumbs, not fish. A food scientist told me the fish content in bird's eye fingers is the minimum they can use while still marketing the product as fish. The coating is designed to be thick and filling so you don't notice how little actual fish you're eating. But it's not just the quantity, it's the quality. The fish used is Alaska pollock, which sounds exotic and premium. It's actually one of the cheapest fish available. It's caught in massive quantities using industrial trawling methods that devastate ocean floors. The fishing method is particularly destructive. Bottom trawling drags enormous nets across the ocean floor, destroying marine habitats that take decades to recover. Everything in the path gets caught. Fish, coral, marine mammals. Most of it is thrown back dead. The bycatch is enormous. For every kilogram of Alaska pollock caught, several kilograms of other marine life are killed and discarded. This includes endangered species, juvenile fish, and critical ecosystem species. The fish itself is also processed aggressively. It's mechanically separated, which means the flesh is stripped from bones using high-pressure water. This creates a paste that's then reformed into finger shapes. You're not eating fish fillets. You're eating reconstituted fish paste. The ingredients list is concerning. After fish, you see, wheat flour, water, vegetable oils, breadcrumbs, salt, raising agents, stabilizers, and colorings. Real fish need none of these additives. The coating is also deceptive. It's bright orange, suggesting a golden, crispy finish. That color comes from colorings, not from quality ingredients or proper cooking. It's an artificial color designed to look appealing. The taste reflects the poor quality. Bird's eye fish fingers taste more of the coating than fish. The fish flavor is minimal and slightly chemical. That's because the fish has been so processed that natural flavor is gone, replaced with flavorings. Number 7. Young's Gastro Fish and Chips. Young's markets their gastro range as premium quality. The name suggests restaurant quality food. The reality is industrial frozen fish with fancy packaging. The fish content is around 60%, barely better than bird's eye. The rest is batter, coating, and water. You're getting less than 2/3 actual fish. A former Young's employee told me, the gastro range was created to capture customers willing to pay more, but the fish quality was the same as our standard range. We used better batter ingredients and fancier packaging, but the core product was identical. The fish used is haddock, which is marketed as premium compared to pollock. But the haddock in Young's products comes from intensive fishing operations with minimal welfare or sustainability standards. The batter contains wheat flour, water, modified starch, raising agents, salt, and various additives. Real fish and chips use simple batter, flour, water, maybe beer. Young's version is an industrial coating designed for mass production. The modified starch is particularly problematic. It's used to make the batter crispy and golden when cooked, but it's heavily processed and provides no nutritional value. It's a cheap solution to creating texture without using quality ingredients. The chips are also terrible. They're not made from whole potatoes. They're made from reconstituted potato, which is dried potato that's been rehydrated and formed into chip shapes. You're eating potato powder, not actual potatoes. The texture of the chips reveals this. They're uniformly shaped, identical in size, and have a starchy, paste-like interior. Real chips have irregular shapes and fluffy interiors. These are manufactured products. The price is also unjustified. Young's Gastro costs around £5 for a single portion. You can buy better quality fish and chips from a proper fish and chip shop for similar or less money. The cooking instructions are also telling. Young's recommends baking at high temperature for exactly 22 minutes. Real food doesn't require such precise timing. Industrial products do so because they're designed for consistent results, not quality. The taste is disappointing. The fish is bland and watery. The batter is thick and greasy. The chips are starchy and lack potato flavor. Nothing about it justifies the premium price or gastro branding. When I compared Young's Gastro to fish and chips from an actual gastro pub, the differences were obvious. The gastro pub fish was thick, flaky, and flavorful with light, crispy batter. Young's was thin, mushy fish in a heavy, greasy coating. The gastro label is pure marketing fiction. Number 6. Iceland Luxury Fish and Chips. Iceland's luxury range suggests quality and premium ingredients. Like Young's, it's marketing deception for industrial frozen food. The fish content is 55% lower than Young's. Nearly half of what you're buying is coating, water, and additives. The fish itself is the cheapest available pollock. An industry insider told me, Iceland sources the absolute cheapest fish on the global market. Their buyers look for the lowest price per ton, regardless of quality or sustainability. The luxury label is pure marketing with no connection to actual quality. The batter is loaded with additives. Modified maize starch, wheat flour, raising agents, salt, emulsifiers, and colorings. This isn't food. It's an industrial coating designed to create the appearance of quality fish and chips. The emulsifiers used include mono and diglycerides of fatty acids. These are used to create a uniform batter texture and prevent separation. They're also used in industrial lubricants and cosmetics. You're eating the same chemicals used in hand cream. The chips are reconstituted potato shaped to look hand-cut. They have irregular shapes to suggest authenticity, but they're all made from potato paste in a factory. The irregular shapes are manufactured, not natural. The fish is also treated with sodium tripolyphosphate. This chemical is used to retain water in the fish, increasing weight and profit. You're paying for water that's been chemically bound to fish protein. When you cook Iceland's luxury fish, you'll notice liquid pooling in the tray. That's the chemically retained water being released. The fish can lose up to 20% of its weight during cooking as this water evaporates. You paid for that water at fish prices. The environmental impact is terrible. The fish is caught using methods that destroy ocean ecosystems. It's processed in factories with massive carbon footprints. It's frozen and shipped hundreds of miles. The environmental cost per meal is enormous. The taste is also poor. The fish is mushy and bland. The batter is greasy and heavy. The chips are starchy and artificial. It tastes exactly like what it is. Cheap ingredients processed industrially and frozen. Number 5. Findus Crispy Pancakes, fish variety. Findus Crispy Pancakes are nostalgic for many Brits. The fish variety is also one of the worst frozen fish products available. The fish content is approximately 30%. 70% is pancake coating, filling, and additives. You're getting less than 1/3 actual fish in a fish product. A food technologist explained, crispy pancakes are designed to be cheap, filling comfort food. The fish is minimal because it's expensive. The coating is thick because it's cheap. The balance is calculated for profit, not nutrition. The fish used is the cheapest available whitefish, usually pollock or whiting. It's mechanically separated, creating a paste that's mixed with sauces and fillers to create the pancake filling. The filling also contains modified starch, milk powder, cheese powder, and various flavorings. The fish flavor comes more from artificial flavorings than from actual fish. The filling is basically a flavored paste with some fish mixed in. The white sauce in the filling contains more wheat flour than fish. It's thickened with modified starch and flavored with artificial fish flavoring. You're eating flour paste flavored to taste like fish. The coating is the worst part. It's made from wheat flour, vegetable oils, breadcrumbs, and multiple additives. When fried or baked, it becomes greasy and heavy rather than crispy. The texture is wrong throughout. The coating is soggy and greasy. The filling is paste-like and uniform. There's no texture variation, no flaking fish, no natural food characteristics. The nutritional value is terrible. High in calories, high in fat, high in sodium, low in protein, minimal vitamins or minerals. You're eating empty calories that provide no nutritional benefit. A single Findus fish crispy pancake contains over 300 calories, with 20 grams of fat and 1.2 grams of salt. That's for a product containing less than 15 grams of actual fish. The calorie to nutrition ratio is terrible. The taste is nostalgic for some people, but objectively, it's poor. The fish flavor is artificial. The coating is greasy. The overall taste is of processed industrial food with no freshness or quality. If you're shocked by what you've heard so far, make sure to subscribe. The final 4 brands are even worse, and what I'm about to reveal will make you never trust frozen fish and chips again. Number 4. Aunt Bessie's Chip Shop Curry, Fish and Chips. Aunt Bessie's Chip Shop range is marketed as bringing the chip shop experience home. The curry fish and chips variety is particularly terrible. The fish content is around 50%. The rest is batter, curry coating, and water. But the curry element makes it even worse than standard frozen fish. The curry coating contains wheat flour, modified starch, curry powder, turmeric, colorings, and various spices. This isn't real curry. It's a curry-flavored coating designed to mask poor quality fish. A former product developer told me, strong flavors like curry are used in frozen fish products to hide inferior fish quality. When fish is old, watery, or low grade, adding strong flavoring makes it palatable. It's a cover-up, not a feature. The fish itself is cheap pollock that's been mechanically separated and formed. The curry coating is applied before freezing, which means the spices have been sitting on the fish for weeks or months. The chips are reconstituted into potato-shaped to look authentic. They're also coated in curry flavoring, which sounds appealing until you realize it's artificial. Flavoring and colorings, not real spices. The cooking process also affects quality. When you bake or fry Aunt Bessie's curry fish, the curry coating often burns before the fish cooks through. This creates bitter, burnt flavors that further mask the fish quality. The salt content is excessive. A single portion contains over 2 grams of salt, which is a third of your daily limit. This salt is necessary to make the poor quality ingredients palatable and to preserve the product. The taste is dominated by artificial curry flavor. The fish underneath is barely noticeable. The chips taste more of curry powder than of potato. Nothing about it resembles quality chip shop food. The artificial curry flavoring also contains monosodium glutamate, MSG. While technically safe, MSG is used to enhance flavor artificially. It's there because the fish and chips lack natural flavor. You're being tricked into thinking the food tastes good. Number 3. Tesco Everyday Value Cod Fillet and Chips. Tesco Everyday Value frozen fish and chips is bottom-tier quality sold at bottom-tier prices. The low price reflects the terrible quality. The fish content is 52%, which sounds reasonable until you examine what that fish actually is. It's the cheapest cod available, from sources Tesco won't disclose. A former Tesco buyer revealed, "Everyday Value fish is sourced from wherever is cheapest globally. We'd buy fish that other retailers rejected for quality. If it met basic safety standards, we'd use it, regardless of how it looked or tasted." The cod is also treated with sodium tripolyphosphate to retain water. This chemical allows Tesco to sell you water at fish prices. The fish can be up to 20% added water by weight. The batter is minimal and of poor quality. It's thin, breaks easily when cooked, and becomes soggy quickly. This is because the batter contains cheap ingredients and minimal raising agents. The chips are the worst I've tested. They're made from reconstituted potato with added starch and stabilizers. When cooked, they become either soggy or rock hard. There's no middle ground because the ingredients are too poor. The taste is terrible. The fish is watery and bland. The batter is greasy and flavorless. The chips taste of starch and additives, not potato. It's barely edible even when you're hungry. The environmental impact is also concerning. Tesco sources from fisheries with poor sustainability ratings. The cod fishery has been heavily overfished, yet Tesco continues buying the cheapest cod available regardless of environmental impact. The packaging provides zero transparency. There's no information about where the cod was caught, what methods were used, or what sustainability standards were met. This lack of information suggests Tesco has something to hide. When I cooked Tesco value fish and chips, the fish released so much water that it pooled in the baking tray. This is the chemically retained water being released during cooking. You're literally watching the water you paid for evaporate. The texture after cooking was also wrong. The fish was mushy and fell apart easily. Real cod has firm, flaky flesh. This was paste-like and uniform. The mechanically separated fish, combined with water retention chemicals, creates this artificial texture. I weighed the fish before and after cooking. It lost 23% of its weight. Nearly a quarter of what you paid for was water that disappeared during cooking. This is deliberate fraud dressed up as food processing. Number 2. Asda Smart Price breaded fish fillets and chips. Asda Smart Price is competing with Tesco for the worst frozen fish available. The breaded fish fillets and chips might just win that competition. The fish content is 48%. More than half of the product is breading, coating, and water. You're getting less fish than non-fish in a fish product. The fish used is unspecified white fish, which means whatever is cheapest when they're manufacturing. It could be pollock, whiting, or any cheap white fish. There's no consistency, no quality standards. An Asda supplier told me, Smart Price products are made with whatever ingredients hit the target price. Quality doesn't matter, consistency doesn't matter. If we can make it for the target cost, Asda will buy it. The breading is thick and heavy. It's designed to bulk out the product and create the illusion of substance. When cooked, it absorbs oil and becomes greasy and heavy. The breading to fish ratio is calculated to maximize profit. The thick breading means you're paying for wheat flour and breadcrumbs at fish prices. A serving that looks substantial is mostly coating. The chips are reconstituted potatoes with added palm oil. Palm oil is used because it's cheap, despite the environmental destruction its production causes. Every Asda Smart Price chip contributes to rainforest destruction. The additives are extensive: stabilizers, emulsifiers, raising agents, modified starches, and preservatives. These chemicals are necessary because the base ingredients are so poor that they need artificial assistance to be edible. The fish is also extremely thin. I measured several fillets. They range from 4 to 6 millimeters thick. This isn't a fillet. It's a thin layer of fish paste wrapped in thick breading. The taste is the worst of any frozen fish I tested. The fish is mushy and tasteless. The breading is greasy and heavy. The chips are starchy and artificial. Nothing tastes like real food. The price seems appealing at under £2, but you're getting virtually no actual fish. The nutritional value is minimal. The quality is non-existent. You'd get better value and nutrition from eating cardboard. When I calculated the actual fish content by weight, each serving contained approximately 35 grams of fish. That's less fish than a single fish finger. The rest was coating, water, and chips. You're being massively deceived about what you're buying. Number 1. Iceland takeaway. Fish and chips. And here we are. The worst frozen fish and chips in the UK. Iceland takeaway fish and chips. This product represents everything wrong with frozen fish. The fish content is 45%. More than half is coating, batter, and water. But the quality of that 45% fish is the worst in the industry. The fish is unspecified white fish from undisclosed sources. Iceland won't tell you what fish it is, where it was caught, or what methods were used. This lack of transparency is a massive red flag. An industry insider revealed shocking information. Iceland takeaway fish is made from whatever fish didn't sell to other buyers. It might be a fish approaching its shelf life. It might be fish with quality issues. It's the bottom of the market. The fish is also heavily treated with water retention chemicals. When I cooked Iceland fish, it released more water than any other brand. The fish shrank visibly in the oven as the chemically bound water evaporated. I weighed Iceland fish before and after cooking. It lost 28% of its weight. Nearly a third of what you paid for was water. This is the highest water loss of any brand I tested. You're being massively ripped off. The batter is terrible. It's thin, greasy, and becomes soggy almost immediately after cooking. This is because Iceland uses the cheapest possible batter ingredients with minimal quality control. The chips are made from reconstituted potato mixed with rice flour and modified starch. They're not even pure potatoes. They're potatoes mixed with cheap fillers to reduce costs. The taste is appalling. The fish is watery and has an off, slightly chemical flavor. The batter is greasy and flavorless. The chips are starchy and taste nothing like potatoes. The texture is equally bad. The fish is mushy and falls apart. The batter separates from the fish. The chips are either soggy or rock hard, depending on how you cook them. The environmental impact is the worst of any frozen fish product. The fish is from unsustainable sources. The processing is energy intensive. The packaging is excessive and non-recyclable. The carbon footprint is enormous. The nutritional value is terrible. High in calories, high in fat, high in sodium, minimal protein, virtually no vitamins or minerals. A single portion contains over 1,200 calories, most from fat and refined carbohydrates. Iceland also adds artificial smoke flavoring to create the illusion of chip shop fish. This chemical flavoring is carcinogenic in high doses. You're literally consuming cancer-causing chemicals for artificial flavor. The price seems appealing at around £2.50 for a portion. But you're getting minimal actual fish, terrible quality, and harmful additives. The apparent saving is actually a waste of money. When I compared Iceland takeaway fish and chips to real fish and chips from a chip shop, the differences were staggering. The chip shop fish was thick, flaky, and flavorful. The Iceland fish was thin, mushy, and tasteless. They weren't even comparable products. A nutritionist analyzed Iceland takeaway fish and chips for me. Her assessment was damning. This product provides almost no nutritional value. It's empty calories from fat and refined carbohydrates. The fish content is so minimal and so processed that it contributes little protein or nutrients. You'd be better off eating almost anything else. The manufacturing process is also concerning. The fish is processed in factories with minimal quality control. Multiple investigations have found hygiene issues in factories producing Iceland products. Your fish might be contaminated before it even reaches your freezer. Don't panic. Simply take better steps for your health. Buy fresh fish from fishmongers who can tell you exactly where it was caught and how. Or visit a proper fish and chip shop that makes food fresh. If you must buy frozen fish, choose brands certified by the Marine Stewardship Council with high fish content and minimal additives. Better yet, learn to make fish and chips at home with fresh ingredients. Your health, your wallet, and the ocean will thank you. Now that you know this, let us know. Has this video opened your eyes? If yes, share it with everyone. They're eating this poor food too.